was just going to go pretty traditional today. Traditional might not be what you're used to if you take other traditional vinyasa classes. I just mean it'll be a traditional class for me without a lot of funky variations, just kind of getting back to our roots, foundational yoga, really feeling beautiful, trying to move seamlessly, and most importantly, breathe with our movements so we can really feel a sense of openness as we find breath and move at the same time. So important. The roots of our vinyasa. Vinyasa actually means breath combined with movement. So that's why we're getting back to our roots today. All right, yogis, head on back with me then. And I just wanted to let you know something. As far as yoga is concerned, it might feel pretty good to get to your yoga mat. I really hope it does. But if you're not feeling very sunshiny and rainbows, you're feeling downright crabby or cranky or angry or whatever you're experiencing, come to your yoga mat. Have a seat with me. All emotions are valid and real. Sometimes we have to work through some very challenging emotions, some frustrations. We've just gotten off a troubling call or dealt with someone that we didn't want to have to deal with. So our yoga mat is our place to let it be, let it rest. Once you get into a seat with me, in any way, whether you're cross-legged or you're stacked, an ankle over and under a knee, just take a moment to rest, and we're going to try to ground ourselves with some beautiful breath to begin. Place your hands down anywhere. It could be on your sides, stomach and heart, or your legs, and blink your eyes closed if you feel comfortable doing so. We're going to take a beautiful breath in our nostrils, and as long and as slow as you can, noticing where your body moves in reaction to this breath. And then opening your mouth, make an audible noise. It might not sound cute, just let it go. Try that twice more to really bring yourself into a mood that will be conducive to moving and breathing through some shapes today. One more time, just like that. Big, huge, weirder sounding sigh. It just feels good. You feel a little lighter, I hope. Working on box breathing at the beginning and end of class today. So you can open your eyes now. You can move around a little bit if you need to wiggle. And we'll start breathing in and out through our noses, if that's comfy. Breathing in for 4 seconds, holding the same length. Exhaling 4 seconds, holding that same length. So we're creating a little box with our breath. If it feels stressful for you, you can make it a little faster, more doable, or you can spread it longer. I'm just going to use 4 as my example for today. Let's try a beautiful breath in slowly now through your nose. 4, 3, 2, pause your breath, retain at the top. 3, 2, 1, exhale. 3, 2, 1, try again. Pause. 2, 1, breathe in. 3, 2, 1, soften your facial muscles as you pause. 2, 1, exhale. 3, 2, 1, release your shoulders as you pause. Inhale, 4, 3, 2, pause. Exhale, 4, 3, 2, pause. One more round, all on your own. Breathe in, sit tall, and pause. Exhale, stay tall, soften around your edges, and pause. Return to normal breathing. If your eyes are still closed, blink them open. Let's take a little sway, different ways, side to side, front to back, moving forward and around. Move hands a bit wider so this feels more comfortable and safe. And switch the cross of your legs, opposite shin in front or ankle on top. We'll just keep moving around and checking in with our low backs, giving our digestive organs a little shuffle around, a little squeeze, a little nudge towards smooth moving digestion today. And then lean back, fingers swivel away from your hips. Lift your chest, sit very tall. Try to open your navel. Can you widen it? Can you lengthen it? Awesome. Now breathe into it. Exhale, come forward, walk your hands all the way out as far as you can stretch. Let your belly be very soft here. And we're gonna try to feel our lower abdominals for class today. So if you were stopping the flow of urine, those muscles you would use are your pelvic floor muscles. See if you can try to reach into those right now. Just gently guide them up. Feels like a little hug up and from the inside. We might feel a little activation of our lower core. That's really great to practice. Pelvic floor switched on for class today. Rise again. As you lean back this time, let your legs have a swish, feet wide, knees fall side to side. They don't have to touch the floor in between. If you like to stay high, just work out tension in your hips. Such a simple thing to do, but feels pretty great if you've been seated all morning at work, right? If you're finding a side feels better than another, stay there. Linger for a while. Come back to me when you can. Or turn in the corner for a tabletop. When you get there, yogis, let's fire up our entire core. Stacking hands under shoulders and knees under hips. Toes will tuck under, please. Just scoot your buns back for a second. Stretch out the little wrinkles on the bottom of your feet. Make your feet really flat and wide, long and open. I like to move, so I'm just swaying here side to side. Come back to tabletop when you're ready, and if you feel like you need to release, let the tops of your feet go. When you're ready to retuck them, we're lifting our knees for turbo tabletop. Just an inch, no more. Promise yourself you'll stay very low here. Breathing into your belly, activating. Pull up through the core. Your navel almost zip ties into your spine. You're so strong. Big breath in. Drop your knees. Keep your toes tucked and walk your hands forward. Hips will stay over your knees for puppy pose. Let's let our navel drop. And our chest fall, our tail will stick up and it feels like we formed a ski slope in our back. Drop your chin to look at your thumbs, or a little less intense is dropping our foreheads and looking towards our knees. What feels good on your shoulders, yogis? Whatever you're doing, pelvic floor stays activated, breathing through our bellies. Activate your fingers, spread them wide. And if you want more intensity, you'll tent your fingers. Still focusing on dropping chin or forehead towards your mat. One more big breath in, not just through our shoulders. Feel the undersides of your arms. Feel your armpits and your side bodies. As you exhale, rise your nose towards your thumbs and draw your hands back to table. Well done. Sit back. Bring your hands to your hips and try to squeeze them in from the left to the right like a smush. Lift your hips, stay very strong here, squeeze your buns, and open your heart skywards. Just lifting up and opening our front body after that big puppy pose. One more big breath in. If you want to drop back a little bit, you're welcome to, but support yourself. We would take our fists to the small of our back and then we can curl over our thumbs. Still warming up, so we don't want too big of a back bend just yet. Big breath here. Have a seat on your heels, hands back forward. Lift your hips this time for our downward facing dog. And when you feel like a triangle, start to move your triangle side to side a little bit. Let your hips shift. Possibly move forward and back into plank and then back to dog, rolling through your spine, lifting from your hips, curling your chin towards your chest, all the way up into our neck and even into our tailbone. Try and tuck your tail and lift your tail. You're looking for the most movement possible. If it feels good, I would love for you to explore. Come on back to down dog and meet me here. Bend your right knee very deeply, straighten left leg, and let your hips fall to the right. A little swish of your hips here. Same other side, yogis. Bend your left knee, straighten right leg, but let your hips fall left. Back in through the center, push back down dog. Bending both knees, bringing your chest to your thighs. Downward facing dog with a little press back. One more breath in, lift your hips, look to your thumbs, and let's step to the very top of our mats. Taking a huge forward fold, holding opposite elbows or forearms and really hanging heavy here. Feel your upper body dragging length through your back half from your hips down to your heels. Possibly take a sway side to side. Find a real sense of softness about yourself. Relax your jaw, your neck, your facial features. Fingers release to the floor, and before we rise, let's shake our heads no, giving us the option to release some tension. No thank you tension, and shake it yes, a little nod here. Yes, you are welcome to leave tension. When your head becomes still again, let's drag our fingers up our bodies. Travel to extended mountain pose slowly so you don't get dizzy. Stretch really high, so much so that we feel our stomachs opening. Yes, lean back a little bit. Breathe wherever you're feeling that amazing stretch. Come out of that seated posture, just stand bigger than ever. Drop your arms to your shoulder height, stand wider than ever. Very nice. Open fingers even wider, and then step your feet out to any distance that's comfortable. We're gonna bend our knees with toes pointing on the diagonals, out to the sides. Sink down here. Place fingers inside the thighs with them facing down. And then we drop our left shoulder, peeking over the right side. A little guidance with that left hand, pushing it into the thigh for some opening there. Back to center, let's switch. Right shoulder drops, peek to the left. Thinking about really guiding right knee open towards baby toe. Back to center, yogis, let's move with breath. Inhale, shift eyes right. Inhale again, shift eyes left. Inhale to switch, exhale to deepen. One more round, big breath in. Full breath out. Come on back to the center. Goddess or sumo. I like to call it goddess for the ladies and then sumo for the fellas. Because I don't think any of the guys want to be a goddess today. Sink on down. Let's lift our fingers. Big stretch to the sky. Open them wide. Feel your webbing. Feel your palms opening. Oh, so good. Rise into five-pointed star. Okay, turn left toes in, and we're gonna shift our weight to the right foot. Try to lift that left foot just a little, maybe a lot. If you don't have a lot of space, move to the left first, and find a little star pose, or just keep your toes down. Shift your weight to the right. Big breath in. When you're ready, drop back, shift your weight to the left. Now, if you're in a small space like me, we have to take a little step. Alleyway yoga. Tight, and we have to make it work. Big breath in. Tap toes if they were lifted. One more five-pointed star. Really stretch high. Float fingers down. Step or hop feet together under hips. Forward fold. Hang your head. Beautiful, yogis. Let's move through some sun salutations. We're going to start with sun salutation B today. Sink your hips. Rise in your arms. Chair pose. Arms can be anywhere. But see if you can drop your hips again. Opening your chest and your eyes. Release back to forward fold on an exhale. Right leg lunges back. And as soon as you find that lunge feeling wide and long, let's land in warrior one. Arms rise. Bending left knee. Feeling breath come down the length of your outer right leg. Clasping hands behind low back with your right thumb on top to begin, and just peel your chest open. Soften your elbows, large and strong in your breath. Fold your body over your left thigh. Let's try to stay really lifted in our muscles, but your skin can touch your thigh. Reaching arms overhead, elbows right by your ears, fingers float to frame left foot, back heel rises. Press back, yogis, downward facing dog. And we'll continue this vinyasa, flow forward, inhale, plank. First chaturanga, you may enjoy using your knees. Let's bend our elbows close to our ribs. As soon as you walk your toes back, press through your palms to lift the upper body into a baby back bend. Elbows still hugging close to your ribs. Release, nose to floor. Slide back, child's pose. Please visit this posture anytime you need a rest through class today. Hips to heels, arms outstretched overhead. Next inhalation, toes tuck, hips rise. Right leg elevates, and we lift into three-legged dog. The height is completely optional. Let's all bend our heels towards our buns and fan our right knees open. Looking maybe under your right armpit, maybe over left shoulder. Do what feels good, most importantly. Possibly moving a little through this leg, maybe bending and straightening, circling or lifting and lowering. And when it all feels pretty good in that hip, let's straighten back up, three-legged dog. Step between our thumbs, and we have arrived back into lunge. Let's make this really long and wide, landing in warrior one when you're ready. Switching sides now, big breath to the sky, bend your right knee. And as you clasp your hands, left thumb will be on top this time. Soft elbows, stretch to your left heel. Ooh, feels good. Like your heart could just burst out of the rib cage, open and free like a bird. Come on down, yogis. Bring your navel close to your thigh, but really keep your belly activated. Pelvic floor up and in, abdominal switched on. Arms reach overhead, float them out. They're loose, soft, and long. Fingertips fall, back heel rises. We step forward directly into chair pose. Drop your hips, arms rise. Now in your chair, arms are optional. Anywhere is a great place to be. And if you need more stability, you'll widen your feet. One more breath. As you exhale, find the sky. Hold here and dive backwards. Recommending two different things. Softening your knees and squeezing your butt. Now dive back. You might feel a bit more supported. Option yogis, exactly where we were before. You can always assist with your fists. Your thumbs will face up. Your elbows will squeeze in, and then you have a little shelf to back bend over. In your time, inhale, back to the sky. Tuck your chin to your chest, then stand. Reach forward, sit back in your chair pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Left leg lunges back, get wide. Wiggle it out maybe a little here and there. Plant the whole foot, blade edge. We turn toes out to warrior two and windmill. But we're not gonna stop. Keep moving your arms in that amazing windmill fashion as you find your leg formation down to warrior two. What does that look like, yogis? A right knee is bent almost to 90 degrees, pulling out towards baby toes, and our left, the straight leg, blade edge is planted. One more round each way. Big breath in, big breath out. Come on back, reach the arms out wide, sink down. Straighten your right leg and reverse your triangle. Isn't that the best? Love this posture. Fingers so long from your right toes. Beautiful breath in, burst with pride. You should be so happy that you carved this time out for yourself today. Beautiful job. Windmill fingers down, right fingers down, left up, and we have traditional triangle pose. Let's try to squeeze our inner thighs together like you want to crumple your mat under your groin. Lots of legs. One more big breath in. Warrior two. Spin around the corner, lift your left heel. Fingers down, press back, downward facing dog. Give yourself a shimmy. We're going to celebrate this downward facing dog. Bend your knees. Pedal out, walk it fast, shimmy your hips and your shoulders. And take a big sigh, yogis. Roll forward, inhale, plank position. Continue using knees if that makes you feel great. Exhale, chaturanga. Press up just as you were a moment ago. Baby back bend, elbows hugged in. But now try to lift your toes, knees and thighs. How wide are your toes? Could I stick my finger in between each toe? That's what I want. Really wide open toes. They're ready for a party. Exhale, release. Push back, child's pose. Extend lots of energy through fingertips. Push up to downward facing dog. Let's take a moment to do what makes us really feel happy, shiny, and new. And maybe that's not the case. Maybe you're in a rainy day, foul mood, and you just feel a little better than you did a minute ago. Progress, yogis. Good work. Left leg rises, breathe in. Three-legged dog. Exhale, heel to butt, fan your left knee open. Yogi's choice with what you do here. Push, pull, circle around, lift, lower, bend and straighten. There's never been a movement that wasn't a good movement as long as it feels good and makes you feel happier and more alive. Re-square your hips, send the leg long. Step in between your thumbs, and as dynamically as possible, let's blend into the mat with our right foot and rise the arms. And as we do, we keep that windmill going. Sweep one way, sweep the other way. Now check me out. I don't have my best warrior two, so while I'm moving my arms, I'm gonna try to get there. We're gonna sink down, low as it feels good in our left knee. Left knee is pulling out towards baby toe. And then I felt like I could wiggle my back foot a little wider, so I'm planting the blade edge, and I'm really feeling lifted in the inner arch. Let's take 4 more. Inhale one way. Big exhale the other way. Last 2. Good job, yogis. All right, after this circle, let's bring the arms out. Something awesome. Feel great. Straighten your left leg, lean back, reverse your warrior. Let that left leg sing with pleasure that that part's done. Huge breath here. As you exhale, windmill the arms again. Stay with straight legs. Options, yogis, you lean as much as your heart desires. No matter where you are, can you energetically scissor your inner thighs together? Can you create more length from your left armpit to your left hip bone? Are you breathing? That's always number 1. Big breath in. Great job. Come back to warrior two. Swivel the corner, lift your right heel, frame that left foot and step forward. Big step to forward fold. Halfway lift. Release into fold on your next breath. Shimmy your hips on down, chair pose. Arms rise. Anywhere, you know this is always your choice. Maybe you need a hug. I know we're pretty hug deprived since we've been out of work. We've been working from home by ourselves, so hug yourself. Arms rise somewhere wide open. Stay low, yogis. Lift your left, either just your heel or your whole left knee. Cross it over the right thigh. Sit in figure 4 with arms extended away from your heart somewhere. Try them all and figure out what your favorite one is. They all feel pretty good. Wide open. Because a lot of times we drive, we text, we type, we read. Everything is this, yes? So we just want to be here in yoga. Great job. Uncross the left leg, sit in chair. My thighs are burning too. I know, we're in this together. Come on. Big breath in, forward fold, breathe out. Well done, yogis. Let's take a few twists and we'll do that again. Lift up halfway, please. Bring your left hand to the outer right calf and bring your right hand to your hip. Bend your left knee a lot. And then you might like to lift your right arm. You can stay on the hip. You can wrap it around your low back. Take a beautiful breath. Fully exhale. Back to fold. Rise again. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, right hand grabs outer left calf. Bend your right knee, left hand to hip, maybe your low back or the sky. Every now and then, close your eyes. Come within. Just block out lights, colors, textures, and distractions. Take a moment for just you. Release on your next exhale. Bend your knees, sit your butt back, refinding our chair. How low can you go? How open can you get in your heart? Great job. Do you need a hug? Give yourself that hug. You deserve it. When you're feeling ready, big and wide. Lift your right heel or the whole knee. Flex your foot. Now, if you're staying with just the heel lift, you can cross your ankle here. We're looking for opening hip, external rotation, so we can get it low or high. You decide. Softening face, relaxing jaw, softening the corners of your eyes. When things get tough, we tend to grip on. What can you release? Hold tension only where you need it. Lower half, belly, big in the breath. Uncross, stay in chair. Yes, you can. Exhale, forward fold. Beautiful work, yogis. Let's cleanse the slate. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Step back, right leg, left leg, downward facing dog right away. Ease your thighs behind you. Chest to thighs, nose to navel. Take a peek up. Roll forward as you breathe in. Plank position. Chaturanga as you exhale. Any options from before? What were they? Baby cobra, upper body only, full locust, upper and lower, or join me, press palms, press tops of feet, straighten arms, lift knees and thighs, up dog. Nice. Big breath in. Exhale, release back to the mat, push to child, straight to dog if that makes you feel better. We'll all meet one another in dog during our next breath cycle. Eyes look forward, knees bend, step, step, or hop your feet right between your thumbs. Allow the back of your neck to be super loose and long. And when you're ready, roll your body to rise. Let's lift one itty bitty vertebrae at a time. Yeah, we did it. Arms rise. Let's bring our palms forward and down. They're facing forward, thumbs are facing out. As you sweep them to shoulder height, your left toes follow like they want to touch your thumbs. Sweep right back into airplane pose. Don't think too much about it. We're just moving and breathing here. Balancing it is. Re-rise where you just were. Palms float forward, toes follow fingers. Open everything out to the side. Lean to the right side. Sweep left arm overhead, falling star. Right back to one more airplane pose. Slowly, yogis. Slower is always stronger. Hips square. Option on this one to dive. Top of head to the floor, toes to ceiling. Fingers still following your toes. Re-rise, last lift. Extend to me, palms forward, toes forward, soft release. Shake it out, shake it out. Good job. Oh man, it stinks when you know it's happening because then you know, I gotta do it again. Here we go, ready? Big breath in. Exhale. Beautiful. Inhale, airplane, straight back you go. Heart is lifted like that baby cobra pose. Come back to where we just were together. Lift, lengthen, breathe. Open to the sides. I gotta move over. Lean to the left. Oh, geez. I have just the amount of space I need, so it's a little bit of a puzzle figuring out where to stand. Right arm opens overhead, falling star pose. Sweep everything back to airplane or dive. Top of head to floor, toes and fingers to the sky. Keep opening your toes. Give your fingers a little spirit, a little jazz, wiggle them. Back to me, yogis. One last sweep. Biggest breath you've got. Release. Woo! Look what we can accomplish in 1 minute. Shake it out. Do something funny that you would not do in real life if anybody was watching. Shake it out. Just feels good. Yep. Lighter now. Inhale. Exhale. Yogi squat. Close toe, close knee, close thigh, heels down or up, depending on your body or anatomy. We're going to give ourselves another hug. So let's take our nose between our knees. Try, once you have your fingers down and you feel pretty safe, to wrap your hands or your forearms around your shins. Tuck your nose towards your knees. Take a beautiful breath in. Don't give up on yourself here. And when you're ready, you're like a fast forward flower bud blooming. We're gonna rise, heels will lift. Stand in extended mountain pose. If you need to widen your feet for more stability, please do so. Oh, that's hard. Open the arms, stay lifted, stay confident, be proud of your abilities. Everything melts down, super job. Big step back, left leg. We're gonna take a giant lunge. From this lunge, sink into your right leg and sweep your arms forward and up. Dynamically, yogis, we're gonna sweep back towards our feet, belly over front thigh. Inhale, rise. Exhale, sweep back. Twice more, big in. Gather up what you need. Big out. Shed what's no longer serving you. Feel that shift as you breathe. Inhale, rise. Stay at the top, please. Archer twist. I'm going to show you this way. We're going to turn to the right side, arms spread wide. If you don't scissor your legs, you won't get anywhere. But if you try squeezing your inner thighs together, you're going to find so much more swivel ability. Give me some thumbs up for swivel ability. Great job, yogis. Right hand falls. Try to locate your left thigh. Can you grab it? All right then, can you grab your calf instead? I don't know if that's possible. Left arm rises. I'm gonna keep trying though. Reach for your calves. Big breath in. Feel that amazing stretch through your left side body. Release left fingertips down. Right arm rises. A huge breath in. Release right fingers. Step your feet forward. We take a fold. Roll to rise. And as soon as you get to the tip top, let's do it on the right. Right leg steps back wider, more stable. As you reach to the sky, feel your stomach and ribs opening. Exhale, keep your lunge, but swing back dynamically. Inhale, rise. Exhale, noisy. Inhale, rise. 2 more. Feels good, doesn't it? Plus you're generating a little movement of air so you get a nice airflow fan. Come on, back up, yogis. Remember, we gotta squeeze our inner thighs together. Then it helps us twist. Twist to the left, arch your arms. Try to think about your left cheek pulling towards your right big toe. Look wherever you feel good, wherever you feel safe and like you're having a good time. Let's let the left arm fall. Reach somewhere, right thigh. That's too easy. Let's reach for our right calf and then reach up with the right arm. Huge breath in. Stay with that amazing breath. 1 more cycle. Open up your right front hip. As you exhale, right arm cuts straight down to the floor. Left arm floats high to the sky. Keep tugging that left sits bone back. Big breath in. Big breath out. Push back to downward facing dog this time. Take a little shimmy, whatever movements would feel nice to you in your body here. We're gonna go through that 1 more time, but let's first stretch a couple times, and then we'll get deep into that. 1 more round each side. Look forward, yogis. Step your left foot in between your thumbs, and let's kneel this lunge. But listen to me, I'm gonna ask you to do something I always ask you not to do. We're gonna draw our left heel back so that our knee is in front of it. And as we move our knee in front of our toes, we're trying to keep our heel down to stretch Achilles tendon and back of ankle. So it's a little bit of a trial and error, trying to figure out here, how do I feel that area the most? Oh, I got it. So you just gotta move a couple times. If you're not feeling anything right away, try scooting your left heel a little back. Bring more weight into your thigh. Your front knee might even be over your toes. Keep that left heel planted down. Good work, yogis. 1 more. And then shift back. Land on the top of your right foot, hips to your heel. Straighten your left leg. Now you're welcome to make this bigger. I like to bring my chest and my left foot more forward and start to bow down over left knee. If you liked it back here, stay. You're in half split. Now you can do all sorts of things here. You can move through your left foot. You can twist in your upper body. Know that your practice is yours. When we're home, when we get back to studio, wherever you are, you practice in a way that makes you feel special. Elevate your chest. Try to point your left toes. Squeeze through that thigh and lift your left leg. I know it's hard. Squeeze for 3, 2, 1. Re-land. Push back forward into that kneeling lunge. But this time, yogis, let's go safely. So we're gonna land in a stack, knee over ankle. Back leg now, pull your heel towards your butt. Right heel, hamstring curl. Squeeze tight through the back of your thigh. Slowly extend, try not to tap down. Squeeze again. Oy. Good work. Press and extend. Try not to tap down. 1 more. If you ever get a cramp in your inner arch, do something with your foot that's the opposite. If you were pointing, flex. If you were flexing, point. Good work. Shift back. Let's try to get ourselves back to down dog. Tuck your right toes, elevate that knee. Maybe move a little bit, and on one of those momentous movements, press back, downward facing dog. Awesome, guys. That felt so good. Are you ready to do it on the other side? That's okay if you're not. Take your time in your dog. Enjoy yourself here. Left leg stays. Let's really wiggle that back so we have lots of space. Right foot takes a big old step right between your thumbs. And kneeling through the left knee, you can let that top of foot relax. All right, you gotta figure yourself out. We're gonna try to move our right heels back, but keep them down. Shift your right knees in front of your ankle. They may come in front of your toes. So right away, I don't feel anything, and I know that means that I'm not in a good spot. So I moved mine back a little more. It's hard to find sometimes. There we go. Once you get it, you're gonna feel back of your ankle, maybe into your calf, through your Achilles tendon. You'll feel that amazing stretch. Pretty intense though. Good but intense. Breathe into it. Soften your face. Keep your right foot pressing flat. Then when you've had enough, shift back, yogi. Sit right on your left heel so you can straighten your right leg. And then feel free to stay. I love to come forward. So I'm gonna come body forward and right foot forward. And then I lay my body as close to right toes as possible. Options, remember to tick-tock your foot around, twist your body to the right. All great things. We're going for 2 breaths, whatever you're enjoying. One more, yogis, fill up. Shed a little of what you no longer need. Back into our kneeling lunge, but the safer version this time. Knee over your ankle, and then we'll pull into a hamstring curl. Left heel, try to touch your cheek with it. Squeeze, squeeze. As you extend, so slow, lots of control. Don't let it touch. It's okay if it did. Squeeze back up. We have 2 more chances. Ready? Point, extend slowly. And then squeeze. Re-extend. Let it tap down this time. Tuck those left toes, lift your left knee, push back, downward facing dog. Take what you need, my friends. 2 breaths, and then we're moving through our last vinyasa flow, meaning movement and breath together. Look forward, step, step into fold, or we are hopping. Finding that forward fold. Roll to rise, and we're just gonna make it a little bit more interesting with a balance entrance into that last sequence. As you rise to extended mound, feel yourself here. Really open up. Feel your pelvis, your belly, your chest, everything opening. Look back forward. Lift your left knee. Circle it out and around. You can always just lift your heel and drag your toes. Out, back, and around, all the way. We're gonna try to step back soft. No noise. I don't wanna hear you land because you're gonna use all your muscles. Ah, beautiful, not a whisper of a noise. Warrior 1 this time. As you land that foot, try to square your hips. You may need to widen your feet. Take a hold of your hips and see if they're swivel-able. And if they're still not, if you widen your stance, take your back toes in just a smidge. Bend deeply into your right knee. Archer twist here, twisting to the right. Remember what we have to do, squeeze our inner thighs in order to twist freely through the upper half. Thumbs up, because we're doing yoga, so we're always thumb upping. One more big breath in. Come back to the center as you exhale. Arms rise this time. Right fingers reach back for the left thigh or keep going for the calf. Exalt your left arm up and open overhead. All right, a bit of a funky transition, yogis. We're gonna lift the left heel, that back foot right now, and then windmill down, twisted lunge, right arm rises. You may find that you're wiggling through your back ball of foot to get the leg longer. Feel the best lunge you've got right here. Next exhale, we release. We step the back foot forward. Hang heavy and fold, rolling to rise on an inhalation. Ready or not, here we go, big breath. Exhale, soften shoulders. That's better. Rise through your right knee, any degree. Sweep it out and around. We're gonna land again. No noise, lots of muscles. Ready, soft. Inhale, arms rise, sink down, warrior 1. So we've got to plant the blade edge of our right foot. If you were on a tightrope and you're like, my hips won't move, widen feet left to right, still stuck, turn your back toes in. Then you should feel a little bit of swivel. We don't have to be square. Whatever you can is great with me. Twisting by scissoring inner thighs to the left side. Open wide, thumbs are tall, fingers are spread, webbing is open, and our middle fingers are further from one another than they've ever been before. Re-rise on an in-breath. Left arm sweeps back. We're aiming for our right calf. I know it's far away. We're gonna shoot for the stars today. Big breath in, feel your stomach and your chest opening. Exhale, lift your right heel just as you are, find a lunge. Windmill, right fingers down, left fingers to the sky. So you may feel like you need to wiggle your back foot far. If you tick-tock it, you'll find a great amount of distance, and then we get a beautiful twisted lunge. Breathing, opening. Exhaling, releasing. Stepping back this time. Downward facing dog. It's our last dog of the day, I'm very sad to say. Take what you need here, maybe move a lot or be still. Last breath cycle in this dog. Dropping to your knees when you're ready, my friends. Having a seat on your shins. You choose whether you like your toes tucked under or flat. Sweep arms wide. Swivel again to the right. Much easier this time, yes? Good. Land your hands outside your right thigh and just peek off your right shoulder. While you're here, if this feels pretty good and you'd like to add some, release your jaw. And then we're going to gently tick-tock, right ear to right shoulder, left ear to left shoulder. Where's your body here? Pull your navel in. Pelvic floor up and in. Great job. Keep tick-tocking, just taking everything as strong as we can get it today. Come on back to the center. Stay in your twist, but drop your chin. Make a little bit of a double chin and then pull up through the back of your ears, pull through the back of your neck, really lengthen. Eyes back forward, untwist, lean forward, and just tap your feet. Give yourself a little awakening on your legs, or you might like to tuck your toes and just kind of move around, sit back a little bit. If they feel tingly, that's quite normal, so do mine. We're gonna sit back down, feet flat, right on our heels, and take a huge twist over to the left. Land your hands down. Eye gaze off to the left shoulder. Soften through your facial features the best you can. Optionally here, tick-tocking, but every time we drop in here, we're going to option chin gliding skywards. Then you'll want to drop it back down, tick-tock the other way, chin gliding skywards. Drop chin, ears back to center, left ear down. Option as you breathe here, lift a little, release, through the center, both ears lift. Drop right, chin to chest, chin rises, back to center, both ears come up, and then we're gonna lift as tall as we possibly can, backs of ears, backs of ribs, tailbone rising. Come on back to the center. Have a seat, yogis. As we make our way down, we're finding cow face today. Left knee will fall first. And as we try to cross our knees on top of one another, if you're really not enjoying yourself here, take a moment to straighten your left leg, and you'll do the half version of it, just the right leg on top of the left. But ultimately, we're working towards both knees bent. I like to pull my knees first. I pull them in opposite directions. Some people pull their shins, and then to get really deep into it, I take my knees and I push them. So you're gonna take the tops of your knees and give them a little push. Scoot your buns around so they're planted, and then take a hold of your right cheek and walk it back an inch or two. Okay, now lots of things could be in the air. Your knees, your right foot especially, your right hip. Grab pillows or soft things for under those body parts so you feel supported. Great job. Come forward. Sits bones still anchored, but we're gonna come little by little, a little more maybe. Awesome. And then drop your chin to your chest, fully surrender your upper body into this cow face posture. Sensation you might be noticing that is shifting into high gear is the outer right thigh, maybe into your glutes, the outer cheek on the right side. Let's go one more big, beautiful cycle of breath in here. Bottom of that exhalation, we'll use our hands to rise, but we're keeping the legs. Let's lift our arms overhead. Right hand comes down for the tricep stretch. Think about patting yourself on the back. I want you to do that because you do totally deserve it. Why not? All right, then we take our left hands and grab the point of our elbow, but try to shimmy your forearm, that left forearm, behind your head. For the girls, it's hard because you got to work around your ponytail, right? Fellas have that a little bit easier. Lift your chin, sit tall. Option to stay just as you are, or we're going to tip to the right side. Just making sure that our sits bones are staying grounded. I like to tip my eyes down towards my left foot here, or the floor if your leg is straight. Soften face, breathe. If you tipped your eyes down, you may like to look back forward and see if you can revolve your left shoulder a bit more behind you. Final breath here. Exhale, sitting up tall. Release your arms, shoulders, holy moly, give them a shake. Arms, give them a shake, yeah. Final twist. Left arm across your top leg. Press yourself to lift with your left hand on the floor. And as you swivel eyes to the right, you'll stretch right arms skywards. Feeling good? Our final add-on on this side, tip to the left. Side bending, but remember we want to stay open so that right shoulder spins behind you. Soften your jaw, soften the corners of your eyes. Last time breathing here. Re-reach to the sky as you exhale. Hands fall behind you unless your legs are stuck. So if you need help getting your legs out, then help yourself. But if you can lean back, just try to uncross your legs. What would you like to do to release? I'm going to take my legs wide and tick-tock them. Sometimes you need a release with your hands. You just got to massage out something that was extra stretched. You might like to windshield wipe too. So nice, especially to the left side. You might need a little extra time there. Let that leg have a moment. We'll move on when you're ready, yogis. Right leg comes bend. We'll try. You don't have to stick and commit, but we'll try. Left knee comes on top. So my preference is to take my knees and give them a little push. And I also do a pull. So I put one hand on top, push, push. Switch hands, pull, pull. Gonna get in there one way or another. Walk your feet out a little bit. And you know the right leg can straighten if you're uncomfy both bend. When you get somewhere that you enjoy, lift your left cheek and just try to walk it back a bit, little inch back. Great job. Now anything poking up and feeling unsupported in mid-space gets padded with soft things so you can sink into your supports. Breathe in. Exhale, fold, just release. Making sure our sits bones still stay anchored. Mine came undone. I went a little too fast and too furious there, so I'm gonna re-rise, replug, and then come back. Chin to chest. Take a moment to surrender here. If your arms are being used like kickstands, can you soften your fingers? Can you soften your elbows? Can you melt more deeply? All of your energy, all of your attention, and all of your breath is on the outer right knee down to the outer right hip. Breathing through your IT band into your hips and your glutes. Let's move our hands under our shoulders for a little boost. We're gonna rise on our next in breath. Sweep arms skywards. Pat yourself on the back again because once is not enough. I know, you need it, you deserve it. Everyone approves. All right, we did it, good job, yogis. Grab onto that left point of your elbow and try to finagle your right forearm behind your head. Why? Because we're gonna use it like this. Ready, look, I'm down, but I'm gonna use my head. Push my head back, and I'm feeling very open for breath. Just gotta make yourself available to receive it. Good work. Tip to the right, but as you do, left sits bone stays down. I lied, yogis. Tip to the left. That's what I meant to say. Little side bend, and then take your eyes down to the floor or passively your right foot if it's there. One more big breath in here. Use your out breath. Exhale, soften your face, unclench your jaw, but exhale, sit. Release the fingers. Oh, shoulders get a big work. Triceps, yeah? Hands, wrists, get everything free. Leave the legs. And when you're ready, lift arms to sky. Exhale, left hand behind you, right arm across the left thigh. Lift your body and peek over your left shoulder. This is a super place to stay. Really good, right? Love this twist. Or you add on with me. Left arm rises, and we're tipping the opposite way. Tip to the right side. Try to swivel your shoulder behind you. Left shoulder back, right shoulder under, so your chest is super broad and happy. Fingers release, toes are wiggleable. All facial features can be melted into softness here. Big breath in, stretch again. Breath out. Hands behind you unless you're feeling stuck. Use your hands to get unstuck. Otherwise, we unstuck our legs ourselves, and then we just do what feels good. So I kind of feel like I want to go right into my windshield wipe to the right. That's a pretty intense stretch for that left side of my body. How are you? All right, good. So we're shaking, we're tick-tocking, we're moving in any way it feels lovely. Beautiful job, yogis. And we're gonna head on back. Oh shoot, it's 1:55. So if you have to leave early, have a beautiful holiday weekend. I can't wait to see you next week. But if you can stay for a few more minutes with me, we're gonna get some twists on. So head on back to your backs. Make sure your space behind you is clear. Hug your thighs and wiggle that flesh out from under your tail and sits bones. Let's have a little roll back. As we roll back, we're gonna try to re-rise right to our toes. Try again, roll back to your crown. Roll back to your toes. So we're rocking up and down our spines. Very stimulating and energizing. Let's go one more after this one. And when you get back down to your back, we're gonna stay there. This time your arms come wide. And you're gonna rock your knees side to side. Rest your head fully on the mat here. Just rock your knees side to side. You're welcome to hold on to them if you like that more. I don't really think you can go wrong. You're massaging your spine now left to right. And we're just gonna try to take a couple spinal rotations here without touching our knees on the ground. So take a peek at me for a sec, guys. We're gonna drop our knees side to side. That's pretty self-explanatory. But then we're gonna add on knees drop. We'll swing them around the corner without tapping our toes down and bring them to the other side. Sweep them down around the corner and up to the other side, okay? Join me, come to the center, eyes to ceiling, please. Shoulders wide, palms face the sky, knees at 90 degrees, flex your feet. Keep your shoulders down, yogis. Inhale, drop your knees to the right side just a little bit, shoulders flat. Exhale, draw them right back to the ceiling. Inhale, draw your knees to the left. Exhale, back to the ceiling. Twice more like this. Breathe in as slowly as you can go, as slowly as you can rise. Last one, breathe in. And breathe out. We're finishing today with that drop to the right side, but remember what I just showed you. So you're gonna push your feet down to the bottom edge of your mat, scooch your heels around without touching, fall to the right side, and make that little horseshoe shape in the opposite direction. Now, right there, you probably felt some air under your shoulder blades. Can you replant your whole spine? Try to keep that middle spine through shoulder blades and each shoulder flat. We have one more rotation. Let's consider it a smile. Carve out that smile shape. Last time around, extra credit on the smile in today. Bring it on into the center. Hug your knees. Straighten your legs to the ceiling. Flex your toes and point your toes. Give your ankles a little circle or a tick-tock. Scrunch your toes and open them. And when you're ready, yogis, we're gonna rebend our knees, roll to any side so that we can find the fetal position. Cradling your head in your bottom arm and using your top hand to press back to seated. So in the beginning of the class, we practiced box breathing. We're finishing the same way. So we can really solidify this practice so we can quickly resort to it. Only takes about 2 breaths to really change our mood. So I encourage you, when the teenagers get on your nerves or you've had a troublesome day at work, you're stuck in traffic, try box breathing. Join me. Let's breathe in and out through the nose, 1 cycle normally. Continue that nostril breathing. We'll begin 5 seconds this time. Inhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, and pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, exhale. 5, 4, 3, 2, pause. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And again, breathe in. 3, 2, 1. Pause. Relax your face. 3, 2, 1. Exhale softly. 3, 2, 1. Release your shoulders as you pause and retain your breath. Inhale, yogis. 5. Pause. Exhale. Pause. Come back to normal breathing. Take a moment to reflect upon your practice. Hopefully things you're proud of, any struggles you had, congratulate yourself for working through them. I'm so proud of you. I'm so honored to have been given the opportunity to lead you today. Yogis, let's place our hands in prayer at heart center, tuck our chins towards our fingertips in a gesture of gratitude for the fact that we woke up today. We have this amazing breath to practice with and this very capable body to move. My light honors your light. When we move and breathe together, we become one. Namaste.